Tragedy for an East Flat Rock mother and father who lost their 3-year-old son in a house fire. Investigators say the fire started just after 9 o'clock this morning near the family's kitchen and dining area as smoke alarms went off. News 13's Kimberly King joins us live from the Henderson County Sheriff's Office. Kim, there are already charities stepping up to help this family.
Holly, that's right. The American Red Cross and also Upward Christian Fellowship Church. The family, of course, is grappling with this tremendous loss. They have lost, as you mentioned, their youngest child, 3-year-old Liam Martinez.
Coming back on the road, you could absolutely tell something had happened and something was bad.
On Gull Street, relatives hugged in grief, learning 3-year-old Liam Martinez had been found unresponsive in the mobile home where he had lived with his parents.
No family, no parent should ever have to go through any kind of loss of their child, especially one that young.
Investigators say a relative had been babysitting Liam and his 2 older siblings who were all able to get out.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching to hear of a little kid like that passing away.
Neighbor Joyce Griffin knows secondhand of the pain the family's now feeling.
I've never lost a child, but my daughter has. So after seeing what she's gone through, no family should have to go through that.
The sheriff and fire marshal say the mobile home was completely destroyed, but that the fire was an accident. Stephanie Barbosa, who does Latino outreach, spoke with Liam's parents.
I know they're hurting right now a lot. It's a baby. As a parent myself, that is definitely probably the hardest thing anybody could probably have happen to their family.
They're a working family. This is a tragedy.
Investigators say Liam's parents had one coming home from work while the other was just heading out.
Weeks down the road, months down the road, years down the road, they're going to need the family, friends, community to gather around them and support them in this loss, because it has to be tragic.
During a news conference this afternoon, the fire marshal for the county indicated that the fire began in the kitchen and dining area, but he said he could not elaborate on a definite cause at this time and that the investigation will continue this week.
Buncombe County health officials are offering new incentives and recommending new policies about vaccines. News 13's Anjali Patel joins us now live. And Anjali, what are they recommending?
Well, the Buncombe County Public Health Director is recommending a vaccine policy be put in place for county employees, and she's also urging all public indoor spaces to require masks regardless of vaccination status. Now, whether those business owners follow those recommendations or not, she's still urging everyone to wear a mask in those public indoor spaces anyway. In addition, she's recommending universal masking at K-12 schools for students and staff. Now, this comes as Buncombe County's COVID-19 incidence rate is 7.2%, and that's up from 3.4% just 2 weeks ago. County officials are urging people to get vaccinated as most of these new cases are amongst the unvaccinated. They're even offering incentive cards through the state health department now. So starting this week, anyone 18 and up who gets their first dose will get $100, and those giving them a ride will get $25. Officials say we need to get our vaccination numbers up, with just about 55% of Buncombe County's total population at least partially vaccinated.
This level of vaccination rate not only puts those who are unvaccinated at risk, it leaves those of us who are vaccinated and have done everything that we've asked them to do to protect themselves and the community at more of a risk now.
Buncombe County Health and Human Services has been a regional vaccine distribution hub for other vaccine providers here in the mountains. Now tonight, Buncombe County commissioners will vote to allocate $75,000 of state funding to the health department's budget to support its hub activities and distribution. And of course, we'll keep you updated on that vote online and on air.
A local police department is feeling the impact as COVID cases continue to accelerate in the mountains.
As News 13's Rex Hodge reports, it has health officials in Haywood County stepping up their push to get people vaccinated.
Haywood County has recorded 106 new COVID cases. By the end of this Tuesday, the medical director here says that number will be 131, which he says will push the county back into the red zone. Dr. Mark Jabin says 8 western North Carolina counties will soon be red, meaning critical community spread.
Red means, well, last winter is red.
And he says the cases are accelerating faster than last winter, courtesy of the more contagious Delta variant. The county's test positivity rate at just 0.2% several weeks ago, Jabin says, is now near 10%.
And remember that 5% is the important threshold.
Well, we had several officers that came down with COVID, about 6.
Clusters are breaking out around the county, including the Canton Police Department.
Unfortunately, Chief Gaddis also got infected with COVID. So
Captain Scott Sluter says it was back to masks, social distancing, and disinfecting the department. The cases were staggered enough that officers are returning after quarantine, helping to get the force back to full staffing.
And the Sheriff's Department was gracious enough to lend us a deputy to come down here and help us.
Sluter says it will be back to normal Saturday, but due to the increased spread, Canton's National Night Out that builds police and community relations is postponed this year.
Although we want to be able to get out and have a good time with our citizens, we don't want to cause something that might be detrimental to their health.
If things get better, Sluter says the event might take place in October. Jabin says that will depend on stopping exponential spread.
Indoor places, whether that's in a restaurant, in a business, in a religious gathering, those are where we're seeing them.
Jabin says 95% of the local cases in the last 2 weeks are among the unvaccinated. Well, what's the best way to get those numbers back down?
You're very well protected with the vaccine. And inside, wear a mask. Crowded situations, indoors, poor ventilation, those are the higher risk places that we see.
Vaccines remain available here at the health department, local grocery stores, and pharmacies.